Abusia ohwe chata etutu nyina chese Ghana hase open nipa ba ko a wotimi ka asem de chat beto emanitimi bam Musah Danquah abusia last 4 years wode betu mu se John Dramani Mahama ono na chese chat no eto edema ne so obewi ni na hands down a chese obefa city bebre ampa ato pepepa chese owura John Dramani Mahama ana sese oye Ghana mampani with a lot of seats parliament abusia wasade abetum se sie kirem se Honorable Kennedy akompreku Japan ono ana na chat no ato atwese this particular year ya yewomi ene the next year ombeto aba edema MPP yi obi oba begina party no animu no Honorable Kennedy ono nokura keys no ono na chat no ato ama no abusia uwese de nyema si kwa sese aso amene okasei uhwe MPs ene omom keka ho bebre na no atro mo support ede ama Dr. Baumia chese amanfo bi edwene se enkofo atro mo support dia ane how ebe na Kennedy atimi aba chese oba aba dia ni mu ama na yiyi eno na Musah Danquah chem se full soldiers bi awomuo mu a anyo ompo chese omo a mo chichemu no omo ebeto aba no ede ma Honorable Kennedy akompreko Japan omo ncheda ni din bebre no omo efili Honorable papa chese this year emu beye na sie emu beye den papa ede ma Dr. Baumia abusia yenkoko chat ene sedie Musah Danquah asie cheche ni nsem wi a ebeto aso ede ma mo
ejamu na my researcher se mo ye qualitative na mo se in-depth analysis no an se bi wo kra na on kan kyerɛw but nation ni trim obetimi abuso obi se Nana Danquah se obi ye krimonia na kristoni ebegyina so amo ato aba manana Nana Danquah obetimi aka o David me dem hwɛ nipa no obetimi aye adwuma nanso na bi ehye mi trim pa se kremoni ana kristoni no ehu hia me pa ye wo bi wo Ghana ha sa mo ne nkofo hia obetimi aka ne se ente sa bas na ente sa.
In fact, I think it is more prevalent in Ghana than in the West. Yes, in terms of their true intention. The reason why we know this is that before myself, sometimes religion and ethnicity no, they are less than 1%. But so twist the question differently. Now we say religion or papa edomono ema influence or influence wana, then the number goes higher. You see, because you change the question in the way you are not being intrusive. And most importantly, look, it is our brothers and sisters who are Christians who are more guilty about that than the Muslims. Muslims will tell you that this is what he will do, and he will do it.
Okay. Muslims they also want pewasema want meto ama we are meto at least.
Yes.
Betimi aka no kreka krakyerɛw.
Yes.
But Christopher ne dey obetimi de one on nano afafa ho.
Because omo feel say it's not cool. It's not cool to say you vote based on religion. But meanwhile, he will vote because of that in some cases.
Wait. Edru maybe cry no ebi di omo de bani na mu ma omo kan say ade na be ko second round na cry ba omi akra lead John Mahama kakra e man ho nsem bebre baaye MPP for ka say o omo hwehwe mu cry che say omo benya 140 seats na che say e second round na ba omi etu John Dramani Mahama ba ye no twetwe nkomo o kan say Bibian sesaye John Mahama ebe wini mibusa obe mprensia se abato no ebekọ one touch ana usi so maye hu se ebekọ one touch de mummu ahu no o ka ye nimpo no MPP for dodo na ka se uye lotto forecaster na wonim de woka ye to abani wieye no ye hu o ma na omutiti fie na no moka de omoka onsema o predict ye ni nyina ba mu pepepe a wugu so eka. But meaning say MPP for no so internal contest na here. Right now we can say Brian a champion, Honorable Dr. Yao Duchum, Honorable Kenny Japan and His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. Omune and Naya say, Ome you omuti. First of all, we are surprised of the names, Nana.
Oh, David. I wasn't surprised at all. Oshe, there was no doubt Bawumia was going to contest from what he was saying after losing the election. Kennedy also who said, or chance, or born somebody, I'm sure he can win the flag bearer race. Then we have people like Educhum. Omofile say they don't want to be part of the extreme left and right. They want to walk fine line in the middle. Maybe they want to pull MPP away from the extreme candidates. Then you have Brian Achampon, who is a new entrant, a very resourceful person in the race. You share Brian Achampon, I think no room for Educhum so be a wabum for or has a B as what name Finfia, but not MPP no for now. Pe Bawumia, pe Kennedy, pe new direction. So you expect to say this race will be tougher than the last time.
Wow. Okasa tough for say. So we then come in and say a simple ma Bawumia and Kennedy Japan. Cause we no may you muti that and then I can say tough.
A bit depending see the Educhum. Any Brian Tampon better. So Omunya vote every Bawumia Chenya, and the mark race nightclub. But Omunya vote every Kay de Wa, one fair bound, one better from our pan.
Metiwasia, Kennedy Japan ni Bawumia say, Omuna last time na yebeka so omu call menim no. Say Brian Champon na say Educhum, omutimi pushi. Na umunya Bawumia dia na say e pushi ken na mum say umutimi nya free ken honso dia na say e pushi Bawumia, but I am sure say dodo na wo mu standi na mu support to Dr. Bawumia 2024 it mbese mbusa den ne betimi asesa ma wona no mu ka say Bawumia is the next to lead afi de o me adwen say ye yan kasa pese ye ko e kire say politically
they don't have confidence in the two main protagonists. And I think they feel MPP needs a new direction. A direction that is the way of Ken or Bawumia. That's what they feel. As to what that is, what the MPP will feel and want, that's $1 million question.
Bakakra wo monitor any MPP delegacy. Is it dear Sebi? What is our share about Miasha Dr. Briner? Obia your potential. But right now, who say Kennedy Japan and some no air costro MPC be a you manim a be air train you maybe. Mibusa if we say a delegate question and Bibusa. Because now no Dr. Bawumia nanka say yi efrim. Sabi Dr. Bawumia no ofri esrem oye muslimi ni ntina Ghana for anto amanana.
Look, there are so many or nyama bebre account for somebody winning or losing an election. Sometimes enya oma moto abanokwa na omuhia o. Oma amutina afie no dienti ena amutina afie say obi enye very enthusiastic about his candidate. It will take a bulldozer to pull him to go and vote. But those who turn out to vote, they normally will vote, and religion and ethnicity sometimes is not a big factor. We're not saying it's not a factor. Absolutely not. Because Osha Sevilla post-election, it is clear there is element of people in our voting blocker. Religion was somehow important for them. Among both Muslims and Christians. there are Muslims whose religion of Mahmoud Bawumia made them vote for him. There are some. Ubia didn't have that kind of reason. And you almost saw Omotuma Muhammad because he was a Christian. There's no doubt about that. But the can say, share the number of people who are Muslims in the country, about 21%. And those who are Christians, nearly 71%. So a small number of 71% will have a bigger impact on the outcome than even a bigger proportion of the Muslims who are 21%. So, Timothy, I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. The main person said, almost see religion play important in their decision. It be a Christopher, it be a Muslims. In the end, funny said, 5% of Christians say important. And Christians 71%. Multiplier, the effect of the Christians is much impactful on the outcome than the effect of Muslims who want to vote for their candidate because he's a Muslim.
Yes, I agree.
So on that basis, it's a number game. And the poll shows that nearly, 18% of Christians say religion was somehow important or very important for them. 18%.
Okay.
Over Muslims that number is 28%. So 28%. But 28% of 21% are him. Yenfa pen the paper. Yen calculate it. 0.28 times 0.21. The effect near the 6%.
Okay.
But 0.18 times 0.71. The effect near 13%.
Wow.
So also factor 13 minus 12. That is about 7% more Christians. So assuming say those who were Muslims will vote Bawumia, and those who were Christians will vote against Bawumia. It means there are more people who will vote against him who are Christians compared to the Muslims.
Nese me deba forma o share a Christopher mo Ghana ken kan wo ma wo de tennis wa emu be 7 ebeka se me Christo ni ana me kwa sorry se wo ba muslimi fu mu a emu 10 no benya be 2 ana mu 3 se obeka cho se me muslimi ni
sanity
ena wo hwe muslimi fo no nso a out of ebia 18% a yesusu se out of bed 20 whatever you say omu ye nkemofo no wona wo mo se ono de asori a nipa ne kono ehu hia no as compared to a Christopher de no o share Christopher wo mo dodo no na utiti free ma utimi hu se wona ebi omo ka se me ye Christo ni enti me de Christo sam hu hia me enti bia meto atia ba omia no ebe kosoro achai muslimi ni o se me ye muslimi ni enti meto ama me nua muslimi ni enti wona omo ka se ba omia na oye kremoni enu nti ni anto ama no omo di kana.
You see, partly true because Oshe Bawumia base no MPP base. MPP base account. Accounts no are closely 90% Christian.
Okay.
So we say or a Christian na on to he's more likely to be an account than other tribes. So you cannot, for Baumia in particular, because on the base they account and the base is also Christian. And the Christians outnumber the Muslims who are saying that religion was important to them. And we know those people are Christians and Baumia isn't a Christian.
Okay. And Chimami Sam push you beam. In that case, you know, Nese Jamuna my researcher, some more year qualitative na, must say in-depth analysis no one say beokrana on country, but nation it trim. Ubeti be abusobi, say oh nana jantwa say ubi ye krimonia na Christo ni ebe jinaswa mwa tuaba manana. Nana jantwa beti me kazo debi me dem hwe nipa no beti me aye adwuma nanso na bia hyemitirim pa se eye kremuni ana kristoni no ehu hia me pa ye wo bi wo Ghana ha sa mo ne nkofo hia obetimi aka ne se o ente sa abas na etesa.
In fact, I think it is more prevalent in Ghana than in the West. Yes, in terms of their true intention. The reason why we know this is that before myself, sometimes religion and not ethnicity no, they are less than 1%. But so twist the question differently. Now besides say religion or papa edomono ema influence or influence wana, then the number goes higher. You see, because you change the question in the way you are not being intrusive. And most importantly, look, it is our brothers and sisters who are Christians who are more guilty about that than the Muslims. Muslims will tell you that this is what he will do and he will do it.
Okay. Muslims they also want pewasema on meto ama we are meto at least.
Yes.
Betimi aka no kreka krakyerɛw.
Yes.
But Christopher ne dey obetimi de one on nano afafa ho.
Because I feel say it's not cool. It's not cool to say you vote based on religion. But meanwhile, he will vote because of that in some cases.
Now say the MPP 4 came say sad because the kako kebi. Obi say assembly wo hwa yen hyedan kan no sa. But the kako kan ye ono nso at least or a learned person or a researcher or a philosopher. But asem na say ehyehyɛ ye ho na ye ntimi nka no the kako kan bi samina no company was say dodo na nkoto because nkremusem no so ka ho wo MPP mu a mo feel say there be de enye Christian na ebe din ba ye ntimi nka ba ono de okokan na say eye no credit a say ye no credit based on the omukika kakra dia na say ebe boa say MPP for be sisa candidate na na.
Look, I have said it before. Sir, if you look at what we are seeing in the data, to be very honest with you, they are between a rock and a hard place. Because the issue of homophobia is a demographic. Demographic make the identity of groups within the MPP. Unless that identity changes, the issue remains.
They come and tell you.
The main pastor say demographic.
Nipa, maybe a nipa bi wo.
Aha.
Okay.
If there no account the reason why there was lower turnout and other factors, the candidate near the same candidate, those issues will not go away.
Okay, dear Emma, Ghana for the Gina so say Yempe Baumiano. Sir, Musah de Baumia ba Sadia na Nenya dia ebe free ho ebe swa dinidem. And yes, I
In particular, those who use religion as a basis not to show up to vote or to show up to vote. Those issues or those people of Sanklofono, the issue will still remain.
Nese omo de Baumia bedu. De ususu se Baumia enye Kristo ni. Anase nkremofo no nso omo susu se Baumia nse da nye kremo papa because ono a ene no nam ha ochina no nam ha no. Sa de ne still na ebedi ni dem.
Absolutely. And even those who want to vote for him because he's a Muslim will still vote for him because he's a Muslim.
Okay. But say still our own we knew, Anna.
Look, I think the odds are against MPP in 2028.
Still our 2028 and Musah Danquah is our MPP for.
The odds are against them right now. I don't know whether down the line NDC will mess up and then the dynamics will change. But so far, the trajectory of the race looks very bleak for MPP.
Obe prefer say MPP form for new face apart from Baumia Emra Nemwa woman Nensesa Nyoma because Dr. Brian Champon a typical businessman, a Presbyterian or a Christoni. Dr. Yawaduchum, a Pentecostal, omu base, Osakati across as a national appeal, national asset. Can Japan Obian in very popular, outspoken, but a grassroots person. Do you think, sir, MPP form for new face, Emra, Nemwa Umukakra, 2028?
It is not for me to tell them what to do. Nana Gentwa. And you do Mano. It is for them to look at what is in their best interest. You know, sometimes you have to go beyond where the eyes can see to understand the rationale behind the choice a party makes. Sometimes not everything will be told in public. The reason why they want someone to go. But we'll share what is happening in the dynamics for MPP, Noah. I believe that some are of the opinion, say, look, let's give Baumia another chance so that we will be seen to have been fair to him, as we were for J. Kufuor and Nanado. Even though none of them lost in the way that Baumia did, they might be thinking, say, if you boot him out, it could spell a doom for MPP in the northern part of the country. And you don't want the northern part of the country to break away from you because they feel that you have treated them unfairly. So some of these reasons are quite justified. As to what it is born out of reality and just speculation, no data has shown this yet. Maybe in the future we could look at that and see what the effect that might be. But they may have a good reason why they want to present him again.
Finally, almost 2.1 million MPP for Ama Bontia and Kotua Bano. Inti John Mahama Krano or the Kakre bi ne ka ho no wini. Mepacho passe MPP for and Kotua Banana.
Look, anybody who says 2.1 million MPP people didn't vote is deceiving himself. One, he doesn't understand the numbers, or he doesn't understand numbers. So we winning about, and then the party in Kwana to Manu. Anamegwa.
Yes.
Mahama winning, on your bear 20% of MPP vote. In the next time, so Uncle Twaba now, because the NDC vote now, Uncle Twaba. There be presidential elections, and your party for Nkwan. NDC for, MPP for, CDB for, party getting now, Omukahubi, and now Omuya and Krakra or independent voters, Omukahubi. Omo amanko to aba no. Saa na tie. But data you say about 55% of Omo amanko to aba no. MPP for 55%. And this boy around 10% Omanko Twaba. And around 38 or so floating voters. The same thing Omanko Twaba na Momutumanado. So you can't say MP before. And indeed, Omo pay by some MP before. 20% or more Etuma Mahama. If you come by the brain one car, and exactly the proportion will still remain the same. And can imagine no problem bigger. 1.7 million, no, 2 point something million gap.